one Yonko's crew versus the Navy. And when I mean Navy, I also include the 7 warlords with them as well. Because even though they technically don't exist, but let's just assume they're there for now. Who would win? Short term.
Well, alright, well, we can say for a definitive fact that
Definitive fact. Oh, and also
two different crews could not. The Navy admitted that if there were 2 crews against them, they would have no chance. So I would say that they're at least evenly matched. I think that I would honestly give it. I would bargain that the only crew that the Navy could potentially defeat would be Big Moms, but I think that would be extremely high def. Other than that, I think that the rest of the current Yonkos would be able to win.
Alright, Raizen, your statement.
Oh, wait, so we're doing one Yonko crew against the whole Navy?
Yeah, one. We're just gonna talk about one for now.
I'm giving it to the Navy, honestly.
I'm also assuming that there's like no traitor stuff, and they have all their commanders.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Well, you look at Blackbeard's crew, and I think that's the most contentious one. The only reason why I think Big Mom would lose is because she's so... Like, she can be foiled so easily. She's a wild card, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think that she could, I don't know, she's irrational half the time. She fights, you know what I mean? She's hungry, she loses all control, so...
Yeah,
I think Blackbeard's more of a schemer. I think he's better at scheming, and I think that his abilities have exponentially grown since Marine Flag. I mean, again, there's really no empirical evidence to prove it, other than the fact that we know that 2 crews would obliterate the Navy. So, I think that. I mean, I guess I'll ask Raizen, why do you think that the Navy would win so easily?
I don't know if it would be easy, but I feel like 2 admirals could probably take on the Emperor. It'd be hard, and it depends on the 2, but I feel like a fleet admiral's pretty close to an Emperor. Maybe now. We don't know how strong Kainu is now.
But then again, so if you take 3 admirals plus a fleet admiral, why, if that ratio is correct, why would 2 Yonko crews be so devastating to the Navy?
I feel like it's mainly because it takes all of their forces to be able to contend with that, and it would just leave everything else open. So if like someone else decided to do anything, they could just cut the head off the snake real easy. Like, it'd just be a really bad position to be in.
So you're saying, like, the admirals would be able to fight toe-to-toe with the Yonkos, but then all of, like, the, Katakuri, all the right hands of the Emperors would be able to sweep up and take advantage of that.
Yeah. Because it's not like the admirals have many people who can throw down the First Division commanders, like the Navy, other than the admirals. Vice admirals might be able to fight them, but I don't think they could.
I would argue that all the vice admirals would get low gift by all the right hands.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously excluding Garp, because for obvious reasons.
Dude, just get slapped around.
Well, definitely excluding Garp, but I mean, you don't think there's anybody other than the admirals in the Navy that could take care of right hands, even if it's like 4v1?
Like, what do you mean 4v1 with whose side?
Like, how many vice admirals are there? Aren't there?
I think there's a lot.
There's a lot, right? So like,
I mean, yeah, but if they team up, then yeah, probably. But like,
I could wear down some First Divisions, but like it would take a lot.
Yeah. Oh, let me also give you my sense of what I think would happen. If it's just one Yonko crew, it doesn't matter which crew, they would lose to the Navy plus 7 warlords. They would lose. Granted, it would be a high diff fight, as we've seen with the Marine Fort arc, without question, but they would lose. That's why when 2 comes in, it's over.
I think that's more...
Yeah, because I know that people would say that the Navy plus 7 warlords equals all 4 Yonko crew, But in all honesty, I highly doubt that. Because here's how I view it. All right, with one Yonko's crew. All right, so let's say Big Mom for example. All right, so Big Mom herself, without question, requires attention of at least one admiral. And I would argue that it two admirals to defeat one Yonko in a high give fight. I would argue that. And Karakuri, I do admit, because he doesn't have a yo before things get crazy, I do admit that he would lose to all the admirals, excluding Greenbow, because that he's an exception. We don't know anything about him. He would lose 1v1, but it would be a high diff fight.
I just think, like, because of the power structure of the world, Navy has to be the single strongest, like, entity. So, like, any one group can't really challenge them on their own.
Yeah, but like the main point I'm trying to bring out is that, okay, if one emperor, okay, let's say the fleet admiral deals with the Yonko, right? Let's say, okay, I would argue, like, for example, with Sengoku, if Sengoku is still the fleet admiral, I would argue that him versus Whitebeard would be a high give fight. I would argue that. Okay, let's just say that happened. All right, and then you have one right hand that could take an admiral to a high div fight. Now the other two commanders, like the second and third, so second division commander, right? So that level. So let's say someone like Jozu or Smoothie or Queen, they will be able to tangle with an admiral, but they will get ultimately defeated mid diff. I would argue mid diff to mid high diff, depending on who. And the third division will most likely get low diff. So the whole reason why I say one Yonko crew cannot defeat the Navy by itself is because they don't have enough people to challenge the admirals in a 1v1 fight. And let's also not forget about the 7 warlords, because granted they do their own things, but they got Mihawk, who is Yonko level in that tier without question. I would argue that.
I mean, don't you think it's a little? I mean, why include them now? In the current state of affairs, the warlords are abolished.
I mean, I'm just saying, what if? Because now they're replaced with the SSG, and I do get that they're supposed to fill in that power vacuum, where we don't really know how powerful the SSG really is right now. But like, okay, let's say without the warlords, even then, like, without the warlords, again, my point still stands, because I would let's say my point still stands because they don't have enough people to take on the admiral. And also, let's say if Gorp and Sengoku, they're granted now, they might be a bit weaker than what they were in Marineford because they're getting older. Still, they need powerful people to take them on too.
Well, I mean, are we including Grand Fleets at all? Like, because obviously Whitebeard pulled up with the Grand Fleet.
Oh yeah, but we don't know anything about the SSG.
Yeah, we don't know nothing about it, so it's tricky. But I guess if we're going to consider one Yonko crew as being the entire main crew plus their vassal versus the Navy.
Right.
I mean,
I guess we could say plus the SSG.
The way I look at it is, you know, it all depends on the state of the Yonko. And because I look at Marineford as an example, and Whitebeard was just in a really, degraded state. I think that's why it ultimately led to the Navy victory, and that's why I give the Navy the edge over Big Mom, because I just don't think that she's a very competent leader. But I feel that the rest of them are by far, tankier than even Big Mom is tankier than Whitebeard was in Marineford.
Yeah, because
that was a slim victory for the Navy. So I think that I don't know. I just don't see the Navy as being the. I don't think that they would want. I don't think that a fight would be willingly engaged by either one of them. But I think that looking at it all, I can't say that the Navy would clearly win.
Now we get to the commanders and the admirals. Okay. Now the commanders for the Big Mom pirates. Let's just assume Snacks was technically no longer commander, but let's just say he's in there. Okay? So we got Snacks, Cracker, Smoothie, and Karakuri. Alright. Karakuri has a huge advantage because he can see the future. Okay? And with that, he's able to relay like different messages and stuff based on what he sees accordingly, without question, requires the attention of one admiral. Okay, and just to be clear, we're using Green Bull, Fujicho, and Kizaru. Kakuri requires the attention of one admiral. Okay, without question. I think everyone can agree with that. And I would argue he could take them to a high gear fight. Ragged would lose, but he would take them to a excellent Green Bull. But he would take them to a high diff fight. Everyone agrees with that?
Yeah.
Sure.
You would take one admiral to a high diff fight.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, we have... So that's one admiral out of the way and one commander out of the way. Next up, we got Smoothie. Now, the problem with Smoothie is that the only thing we seen her do is well, in the anime, because I don't think this happened in the manga. It might happen in the manga. But she just did Getsuga Tensho from Bleach at like the shits, and that's it. That's all she got. Okay. So far, there's nothing really impressive to her per se, but giving her that level, I assume that she could bare minimum can go with an admiral and can potentially damage an admiral, but would ultimately lose. And if she wants to honestly beat that admiral, I would say she'll need help from at least either Cracker or Snacks. I would say Cracker, because I would say Cracker and Smoothie versus one admiral. I would give it to Cracker and Smoothie.
I think Cracker plus Smoothie versus Admiral. I'd say the 2v1. I'd say the 8-1.
Right. Then we have Snacks versus the third admiral, and he will probably get immediately low gift. He will get completely annihilated. As we know, so in that sense, let's just say Snacks is gone, but because of that low diff, I would say that admiral would still be fresh. But we'll leave that admiral, no matter which admiral it is, we'll leave him for later. And now we're going to talk about the Yonko. So Big Mom versus Akainu, who's a fleet admiral. I would argue right now, Akainu is in that Emperor tier, but he would lose to Big Mom. Like, I would argue that it would still be a high diff fight, but on the lower spectrum of the high diff fight. So you know how I always say I classify as a high diff, high mid, high low? I'm pretty sure I mentioned this before.
Yeah.
I would say that Big Mom would beat Akainu in a high low diff fight.
I don't know.
I would say that because now he's fleet admiral.
Wait, Akainu would defeat, you said?
No, he would lose. He would lose.
Oh, he would lose. He would be defeated. Okay. I think he would definitely lose. It would be. I don't think it would be in the high def range though. I think it would be more in the mid def.
The only reason I say high is because now he's a fleet admiral. So I expect him to be, I would say like a fleet admiral is in that Yonko tier. Like, cause again, in the Yonko, in the Emperor tier, again, I also split this up into 3 categories itself: high tier, mid tier, low tier. So let's say Big Mom is high tier Emperor level. Akainu, I would say, is low tier Emperor level, and Big Mom will defeat Akainu in a high low diff fight.
I feel like it's so hard to gauge his strength. You could assume in 2 years' time he could have gotten stronger. Yeah, I feel that there's no reason to believe that Akainu would have jumped that high in strength compared to his Marine Force.
Yeah, I know, but like that's why I said I'm low tier Emperor. But the main point I want to say is that you would argue that Big Mom would be pretty weakened after that fight.
I think that she'd be able to. The problem with Big Mom is she's so erratic, I guess you could say. She's hard to control.
No, I mean from like a physical standpoint.
Physically weakened? Not really. I don't think she'd be that beaten. I think it would take all 4 of them. It'd take all 4 of them to, endurance-wise, to tango with Big Mom.
Oh.
I think again it takes 1 fleet admiral and 3 admirals. I mean, you also have Garp and Sengoku.
Right, and that's what I'm gonna get to them. But I would say, alright, so just wait, Raizen. In your opinion, would you say that after the fight between Big Mom and Akainu, Big Mom would be weakened? So let's say she was at 100, and now she's like at 60% HP. Would you say that?
I gotta see like how strong Akainu is now. Cause, like,
yeah, I know, but just assumingly.
Like him and Aokiji did like destroy a whole island just by fighting on it, so I feel like he's reasonably tough now.
Yeah, I know, but like, assuming that Big Mom beats Akainu, and after that battle, how much would Big Mom be like? She wouldn't be fresh. She wouldn't be OD tired, but I would say she'd be around like 60, 50, 60. Maybe
I think
60, 60.
I haven't seen her phased by anything yet, even now. So like, I don't even know how reckless she is.
I would say, because I would say that like,
headbutting her.
yeah, yeah, but alright. So let's just say, let's just say she's 70%. Alright, let's just say she's 70. Right? She's like a bit. She's not fresh anymore, but she's not tired. Right? So like she has 70%, 70% HP. Let's just say that. Alright, let's just say that. Now at that point, we still have Garp and Sengoku, and I would argue that Garp and Sengoku together, right? Because one, like, if it's just Garp versus Big Mom, because of how old Garp is now, I don't think he could beat Big Mom. But together with Sengoku, I think they could beat Big Mom.
Big Mom's old too.
Yeah, but like compared to okay, we'll get to that another time. But either way, you would agree that if Garp and Sengoku fought Big Mom, who's like at 70% HP, they would lose. Big Mom would lose.
Yeah.
But you would also agree that it would be like kind of like a high diff fight, right?
Big Mom has to be old as hell. She's had so many kids.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I got...
No, it's fine. No, I was about to say something really bad. I was like, no, let's not go there. Let's not go there. But, okay. But my point is that Big Mom would be defeated by Garp and Sengoku. And I would argue from that fight, Garp and Sengoku would be tired. Now, who's left on the Yonko side? Like the scraps remaining. But on the Navy side, we have one admiral that is still fresh. One admiral that is still fresh. And we didn't even include the SSG yet either. So that's my reasoning why I would say that one Yonko's crew cannot beat the Navy plus the 7 warlords. It would be a high diff fight, but they will not be able to beat them alone. Which is why if they had 2 Yonkos, like remember like the news with the guy when Greg here was gonna be Whitebeard, and they're like all the guards who were sharing the pass like, oh, holy shit, ah! Like they were scared. They were like done because they knew. Cause I would argue, cause easily, okay, Big Mom, okay, let's just say Big Mom and Kaido. Big Mom takes on Akainu. All right, done. Kaido takes on Garp and Sengoku. Alright, done. The thing is that really at that point they also have King and Queen and Jack, and without question they were the 3 admirals. I'm sorry. Like you're not winning that fight with all 6 of those guys. But that's my point. And also I would argue that the Navy plus the SSG or whatever, they won't be able to defeat the Pirate King's crew. That's my stance. Alright, now you guys can go and have your comments and whatnot.
I don't know. I just don't see how anything less than 3 plus 3 admirals would be able to stack up against the Yonko. Like I feel that considering what's it called? We know for a fact that 2 crews would obliterate the Navy, given Garp's reaction. I feel that if, 2 of them could take on 1, I feel that he would be a little bit more... Again, I feel that it would be a little bit more of a, of a threat. It wouldn't be as much of a threat. I don't think they'd be as, nihilistic about it. I guess that's the right word, maybe pessimistic about an outcome against the Navy, the Yonko Alliance versus the Navy, if they were so confident that they could defeat 1. Like, I think that the balance of power is supposed to at least be, you have these 5 forces, you have 4 Yonko crews plus the Navy, and they're in perfect balance against each other.
Right, but that's because the Yonko fight with each other.
And, I feel that if the Navy could so easily sweep 1 Yonko crew, I feel that it goes against the whole notion that they're in perfect balance.
Alright. I won't say that, but I don't say that the Navy could sweep 1 Yonko's crew. it would be a high gift fight. It would be a high gift fight. But the problem is that if they go and take out one Yonko's crew, so let's say they're going to attack their territory, right? And let's say they defeat one. By that point, the Navy would be so weakened that another Yonko's crew can just go and decimate them. That's why they won't do it.
I mean, I agree. But I think at the same time, you have, it's just like, I couldn't, I feel that Whitebeard in his state in Marineford is able to go toe-to-toe against Akainu.
Honestly, like, I would say, okay, I would say Whitebeard, the moment he got serious, he demolished Akainu.
Yeah, so if you're gonna say he demolished one, if he demolished one, why would in a weakened state? If he demolished one in a weakened state,
Because Akainu came back.
How could then two admirals versus a fully?
Because the thing is that like Akainu first, Whitebeard came behind Akainu, right? He came behind Akainu, so Akainu was caught off guard. Second, Akainu was fighting back, and three, Akainu was walking again.
I mean, yeah, he was walking again, but I mean, their fights were more like blow to blow, and then you kind of had to ignore him. But you kind of like, didn't he? I mean, Whitebeard got his face blown off, but didn't he punch Akainu right into the earth? Like, didn't he?
Yeah, well, yeah, he did like this quake thing and just destroyed the entire navy. But after that happened, Akainu came back. Granted, he wasn't fresh anymore. I would say at that point, Akainu would have been like maybe 40-50%. Honestly, Whitebeard, because the main reason why I would say, with like if let's say Akainu wasn't caught off guard, right? Because I would say he was caught off guard in that moment when Whitebeard came in, so he was caught off guard, and you know what happened at the rest. But 100% Whitebeard, I would say, versus Akainu, I would say, because Whitebeard, I would argue, was the weakest of the four Yonko. So remember how I said I had like the whole high, mid, low tier Emperor?
Yeah.
And the high had people like Big Mom, Shanks, Kaido. I actually would have had a mid-tier Emperor level. Mid. Like just one tier under. Because he was sick and he was old. And Akainu, I would say, was at a high tier Admiral level at that current point in time. Which is why I would say it would be a high-low good fight. And it kind of showed during the beginning when they first clashed in that whole sense. And also after Whitebeard, destroyed Akainu came back and he was fine. Like if Akainu came back and he fought Whitebeard again, it would have been different.
But so, I mean, would you say? Wouldn't it be the case if your estimations are right that that the Navy would have basically the strength of two Yonkos right now?
No, I would say they have the strength of one and a half, maybe like one and like a quarter, around that spectrum.
And I'm just talking about the admirals.
Oh no, we just talking about one, not the crew.
No, I'm talking about.
Oh, so if it's like all three admirals, if it's like
plus three admirals,
plus three admirals.
So would you say, wouldn't your calculations lead to be the case that having
I would say if it's
four forces equals two Yonkos?
Okay.
They would essentially have two Emperor level.
No, but if you're saying all three admirals and the fleet admiral, I would say that it would be like, like approximately two Yonkos and like a fourth. I would say, because I would argue that two admirals could defeat one Yonko in a high gift fight, and then another Yonko would give. Okay, alright. Because like, I'm also assuming that Akainu by the end of the story is going to be at least at the high tier Emperor level, maybe Pirate King. right? That's what I'm assuming. So assuming the same as Sengoku, right? Like in his prime, he was around Pirate King level. Like at least Emperor close to Pirate King, like around that level in his prime. Then I would say that two ammos would equal one Yonko, one free ammo equals another Yonko, and then you would have okay, so yeah, it'd be like two Yonkos and a half. I would say if it's just three ammos plus a free ammo.
I really don't know if that seems balanced to say that essentially there are two Yonko level forces. The admirals constitute the forces of two Yonkos. I don't know if that is.
We're just talking, but we also say just the Yonko individually, right? Not the crew.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I would say that. I would say that all three admirals plus the fleet admiral would equal 2.5 Yonko. If it's just those guys fighting.
So then, I don't know, but that's like, so now imagine Kaido and Big Mom versus Shanks. Alright?
Shanks will lose.
That would be, yeah, but don't you think that would be a little bit more of an easier victory on the part of the alliance of Big Mom and Kaido than what we've seen in Marineford? Like, do you think that Shanks would be able to demolish and bring them to the brink of defeat?
No. I would say that, like, because the problem between like the Yonko and the Amos is because I would argue that one Yonko could give another Yonko a high good fight, right? So
yeah,
if it's two, like I would say two Yonkos would mid-diff one.
So do you think that the Navy would mid-diff one Yonko?
Two Admirals would give one Yonko a high diff fight. If
So
it's
then-
all three, it would be a mid-diff, I would say.
So then what about the fourth, including Fleet Admiral? You think that would be a mid-diff too?
No, one Fleet Admiral versus one Yonko, assuming that they're at the prime, right now. And assuming that Akainu by the end would be Pirate King High Tier Emperor, it would be a high good fight.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It could be, because I imagine Katakuri to be at an admiral level.
Yeah, I would say that too.
Katakuri-
But
I
that's the
think
thing.
Katakuri
We just because what
blown
you were
away
saying
by
is that
Big Mom.
because what you were saying is that we're just talking about the Yonko themselves versus the admirals and the fleet admiral. Because if we bring in like the right hand with them, then it'll be different.
Do you think that Luffy is at Katakuri's level, or is that?
I think he's very close. Before you
So-
start rising, because I know you're gonna get into this. Before you start, right now, Luffy, I would like Luffy can only give the right hands and the admirals a high diff fight when he's in Gear Force.
So do you think that Luffy and Katakuri could defeat Big Mom 2v1?
No, but if it's two Kagakuris, then yes.
I don't know, man. Right now,
Two Katakuris.
Yeah, two
Oh,
Kagakuris
yeah.
versus Big Mom, I would give it to two Kagakuris.
I don't know.
it's definitely stronger now.
Well, no, because Luffy, alright, let's get into Luffy in terms of where I see him in terms of power level, right? Right? Luffy right now, I would say he is very, very, very close to ammo level. Just cause, wait, have you guys read like the last, I think it was last 2 or last 3 chapters? I don't remember which one. Are you guys caught up with the manga?
The last one I read was 979. Is that the newest one?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, we're good. Alright, now continue, Jake.
So do you think that it's like the 3 calamities could defeat Kaido, or that Katakuri, Cracker, and Smoothie could defeat Big Mom?
Yeah, if they all work together,
Really?
if they all work to, well, actually, no. Actually,
I consider them on admiral level. Like, I consider the calamities or the right hands. I consider them
okay. Yeah, that's where I
toe-to-toe
differ.
with admirals.
That's where I differ. Okay, because I would say the right hands are at admiral level. I would say that because I would say any right hand we're giving Admiral a high diff fight. Luffy is very close to right hand Admiral level because we saw him going to Gear Force and he just came out just fine. He was arguing with Law and Kick. So I think at that point he might have gotten rid of his stamina issue. Because the moment he gets rid of his stamina issue, I will put him on that level.
Do you think that Fujitora and Kizaru are equal, or do you think that Kizaru has a clear lead over Fujitora?
If it was a fight between two of them, I would give it to Fujitora because if he could potentially control the gravity and like do some kind of black hole ridiculousness, then Kizaru's light wouldn't do that much stuff, but it would still be a high diff fight.
Alright, so you essentially put them on the same level.
Yeah,
right,
same tier for sure.
Because honestly, yeah, because I mean, definitely the double fruit advantage is there with those two.
Yeah.
But I think that their overall strength, I don't know, I feel that like I would rank the admirals kind of like in a tier breakdown as you would the division commanders, like the first, second, and third.
Right. So, like for me, like if we just talk about just the admirals, I would say in that tier, this tier right now, I would say doesn't matter who's weaker or stronger. I would say that Kagakuri, Moriko, King, Kizaru, Fujitora, and Green Bull, maybe Shiryu. Shiryu's a mixed bag, but maybe. Oh, and Sabo too. I forgot about him. Sabo as well. They're in the same tier because all of them could give each other a high diff fight. 1-on-1. I would say that. Luffy, I would say, is very close to breaking to that level until he fully masters Gear 4, which honestly we kind of saw, but we have to wait and see what develops in that whole sense. But I would say he's very close.
So I think that we pretty much determined like where we differ. And I mean, honestly, this whole I feel that it's so controversial in and of itself to you know break down tier listing. Like I think that it's so controversial.
Yeah, I know, because everyone has their own opinions and stuff.
Exactly.
I bet you Olga's loving this right now.
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe we could. I don't know if it's fully possible, but like, is there any evidence that you have from the anime or manga that would suggest that your breakdown is more accurate?
Let's say Fujitora and Kizaru, right? Kizaru, his light. Alright, so we know how much damage his light beams do. Alright, let's just take Big Mom for example. I would say that because Big Mom already she has that iron balloon situation going on, right?
Yeah.
I would say that Kizaru with his light beams could pierce through that iron balloon.
I mean, I don't think he could pierce through Rayleigh though.
No, I mean if he shot one and got on Rayleigh, yeah, he would. I would say that. I would say he would.
I think Rayleigh held him back. I think Rayleigh's hockey is that elite that he was able to.
Yeah, but like, but no, the thing I mean with light beam is like when Kizaru fired light beams at Marco, that one. Like it's more like a long range, like kind of like a pierce thing to just, you know, just go through stuff. I would say that could pierce through Big Mom's height. I would say Fujitora, we seen him bring meteors from the sky. Now, granted, I do think that meteor's not going to do anything to Big Mom, but we seen that he can do horizontal gravity, normal vertical gravity. We seen that he's able to just like bang and warp the space. So like, in a sense, like if like it depends on how the combination work together. Cause like, I would say that in terms of banging the space in that whole situation, he could potentially injure Big Mom in that sense. The problem with Fujitora right now is I just don't know what his full capabilities of his double fruit is.
Yeah, his has a lot of potential.
Like it really does, cause like I don't know how much of a gravitational force he can do. Because if he can create a black hole, guarantee that black hole is piercing through Big Mom. Period.
So then, if the Navy fought the Kano Big Mom alliance right now, what would it be? A mid diff, a low diff?
I would say it would be like a mid diff. Maybe.
All right. So the only reason why I'm being a low diff fight is because of Garp's whole reaction toward the Rocks pirates, and if they brought back that type of an alliance, they'd have absolutely no chance. I feel like that rhetoric kind of makes me believe that they just It would be desperate.
Because if you're assuming a Kainu at his current level right now, I would say it would be a low gift. But if a Kainu, like, depending on when they do the actual invasion, if a Kainu gets to the point where they give him enough time to get stronger and get to their level where he could take a Yonko to a high diff fight, then it would be a big gift for me. But right now, where I would say one Yonko with high-low diff a Kainu, I would give it a low gift fight.
Alright, I mean, yeah, I don't know. 'Cause I feel that at the end of the day, like, I wouldn't give the Navy that clear of an edge. I don't know if I could. I feel like if they have that far of a jump, then maybe they'd be like, maybe the Yonkos would respect them more than they do. I feel like they don't even. Again, they're pirates. Like they don't.
Because even like if you also talk about Shanks' crew, because Shanks' crew is supposed to be stronger than like the other crews, right? Because they highlighted their commanders out. Then if it's Shanks' crew, then maybe it would be a bit different of a fight. But even then, I'm not sure if I would give the victory to Shanks' crew. But that's because I don't know, that's the thing. Like we know there's Ben Beckman, Lucky Wu, and Yasa, right? So we know that Ben Beckman, without question, he would give Aokiji a higher fight. Actually, I think Ben Beckman would defeat Aokiji, but would lose to Akainu. But it's very hard to say right now. But either way, but if Lucky Wu could give an Admiral a high diff fight, then that changes things. Then that changes. Okay. Okay. I think I'm gonna re-change my Shanks a bit. And when it comes to Shanks' crew, if Lucky Wu can give an Admiral a high diff fight, I will give the victory to Shanks' crew. If Lucky Wu cannot, because again we don't know, then I'll give the victory to the Navy. Now that's my sense, because they're saying that they're the more superior crew. So if Lucky Wu is at that level, then then I give it to Shanks' crew.
I'm totally willing to accept that I'm wrong in my analysis. It's just that there's so much details that we still are like waiting to hear about. Like, I mean, for all we know too, I'm pretty convinced with at least my Admiral v. Yonko analysis, but the crews in their entirety. It's so hard to say.
Alright, you got any thoughts, Raizen? And don't get into the Luffy versus Karakuri thing. That'll be saved for another stream.
Thoughts about what? The main reason I think the Navy just has the edge most of the time. They might have some sort of deal worked out with Shanks. Like his crew might be the exception since they're supposed to be the strongest and everything. We saw him up meeting that weird guy in the fancy city. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it wasn't him. It was the Gorosei, right?
Yeah, isn't that guy like the de facto head of the government?
I mean, we thought, but now it's like Emu, so that's. I mean, Emu is like its own. Wherever he's trying to go with that.
So he might have some sort of deal worked out with the government not to start shit. I don't know, but I think the other two Yonko crews, like the ones that we can talk about, are like slightly weaker than the Navy, just because the Navy has the most control. Like it's the biggest faction. I feel like out of any of them, like Kaido has his one main island, and then Navy has like thousands upon thousands of islands under his control. Probably. I don't know if that's that many.
So my overall conclusion is that the reason why, excluding Shanks' crew, and also excluding Blackbeard, because we know they're going to rise up to the ranks eventually, but the reason why I would say they can't win is because they don't have enough people to take on the Admirals.
How hard do you think it would be for some Vice Admirals to take out like a 3rd division person? And like Cracker would probably wash him up, but like somebody else.
I want to. Like, if we talk about, like, the high angs, 2 to 3.
Like, that's the biggest weakness for the Navy, though. They lack strong fighters once you get past that.
Right. Because I would say, like, a 4th Division commander, so someone like Snacks or Vista, could defeat a Vice Admiral.
Yeah.
Right? I would say that. But I would say, like, for sure, 2 Vice Admirals could defeat 1 4th Division. And I'm also talking about the top end. Like if we talk about standard, then three to four. 3 or 4, like for third division. 3 or 4 for third division.